Ladies and gentlemen, her. Me, not her. What you doing, babe? Hi guys, welcome to a video, the comeback video. The bee is back. Well, and this video is not something that I normally do. I just want to leave here a personal checkout, and right after I'll be filming something maybe a little bit more exciting for you guys. But I don't want to come back from the dead and just pretend like nothing happened. So let me tell you about how my 2022 has been and why I've been Mia for the past weeks, months, definitely months. So the last time I was consistently posting video for you guys was in my trip to Europe in June. And then I came back. I think I did 1 or 2 videos. Sorry guys, I have to. Or she'll be here in my neck, breathing in my neck. But I love her. So yeah. And then what happened? So since last December, so December last year, I began to feel some very weird pain during my menstrual day cycle, whatever. And it was, I never had anything of no like abdominal cramps. I never had anything. I never had any symptoms. My cycle was perfect. I was always it was always coming on the exactly same day. I never had pains, cramps. I never felt anything. It was like I was that blessed woman who didn't suffer with her cycle. And then in December, something happened that I started feeling cramps during that time of the month. So at first I said, you know what, that's weird. Like I never had this, not even like in my younger years, but okay. And then again in January, and then again in February, and things started to escalate a little bit quick. What started as just some cramps on that period, it just began being like, it just skyrocketed to excruciating pain. The kind of pain, like it was hurting so bad. Wow, even if I was going like peeing, it was just hurting. I was screaming. Imagine a pain that would make you scream whenever you go peeing during that day, that week of the month only, which is very weird. It was really bad, very bad. And then before going to Europe, I scheduled the doctor and she asked me for some exams. So I did the test, the exams, whatever. And I went on the trip and I was supposed to see her when I was back, when the results were in and whatever. So that's what I did. So I went to my gynecologist and she made like this whole panel of exams, blood tests, chests, heart, markers for cancer, like everything you can imagine. Like I was checked inside every centimeter inside of my body was checked. And of course, when you do like this huge amount of tests, some things won't be perfect. So I had some vitamins I need to take, and then something also happened when I was in Europe. I didn't have any results, but in Europe I found a little, I don't know how you say in English, this will be hard to say, like medical stuff in English, but I had a little something in this side of my breast. And last year I had removed, how do you say? It's a nódulo in Portuguese. Like I had removed something from this because it was 3 centimeters long and very painful. It was, we say benefical, I don't know how you say. I'm really sorry if I'm not saying the correct words. Really, really sorry. I'm just really trying to explain what I've been through. So yeah, I had something here, like a tumor, but not a tumor because it was okay. It was a good one. So I had this taken last year because it started being painful, whatever. And then, but it was nothing bad. It was fine. It was something okay and quite normal for the age, the hormones, whatever. And then I found something else while I was in Europe, but very small. Like it took me. I have the thanks God I learned to do like the auto examination, and then I know like how to find them. And this is something that I suggest you to ask to your doctor how to do it next time you go in. And I found it, and then I went back. When I went back from Europe, from all those exams that I did, like all the blood tests, everything, 2 was quite shocking. So we had some vitamins, whatever, and then 2 was cancer markers, 1 for breast cancer, 1 for ovary cancer, and they were both above like higher numbers than it should be. Of course, at the time, like I'm so workaholic and crazy that I feel so bad for saying this. Like I feel so bad, like what a bizarre state of mind I was. But it's true. I just said to my husband and my partner in one company, I don't have time for this. I don't have time to have cancer. This is like the most selfish thing I think I've ever said. But it's like I didn't want to be worried. I didn't want to stop my life for it, and whatever. At the end, it was just it was nothing. But I'm just telling everything to know, so you know how confusing it was this month, and why I haven't had the time, the courage, the strength, the energy to come in here. Will you ever stop, babe? But yeah, so I came back. She says this. She said you need to stop taking whatever vitamins or whatever. I need to know everything that you're wearing on your skin, on your hair, because there's some supplements that can affect exams, and then you need to stop using it, like whatever I tell you not to use, for 1 month to 2 months, and then you need to redo the examinations. Guys, can you imagine? It was 40 days for me, and not 2 months, at least, but 40 days waiting to redo the exams on cancers market while I have found something on my breast, and I was having excruciating pain on like my reproductive system, whatever. So I did it. I had to stop taking, like, using two hair serums for hair growth. I had to take some beauty vitamins. So I had to stop taking a few things and using a few products. 30 days later, I did the new blood test for the cancer markers, and then I did and then I got the results, and thanks God it was back to normal. It was just some other supplements that does alter these markers. And then just to be like completely sure, we did a lot more of other exams because I wasn't too calm. Like, she wanted to avoid doing too much exams that exposes to radiation. But I said, you know what, just do it. I want to do it. I don't care. I can't like live with that feeling that I'm not sure if this is correct. So yeah, we did it. It was nothing, but I was still feeling quite the pain. It was, guys, like, I know some girls, some women have a nightmare in their cycle. I never had this, but if I had, like something like I had all my life, I don't know what I would do. I really don't know what I would do. So this video is long, sorry. So all of this nightmare happening in my life, me working my ass off like I do. I know it doesn't look like, but I'm part of 4 companies. So yeah, and then I was working a lot, and I said, you know what, I just shut down. I'm the person that can't talk to people unless things are resolved. So it took me half of this journey to even tell my parents what was going on, because if I didn't know what it is, like, how can I just go around scaring people or making drama? I just shut down. That's who I am. It's better. It's how it works for me. I prefer to know and then communicate to people than to like have them all the way through the like the path, because I not only to protect them but to protect me too, because I don't like being, you know, having like everyone on top of you asking questions. I don't like that. I don't like the pressure from like having to explain things. It's just me. That's the only thing that cracks me, I think, is when a lot of people are pressuring me about one subject and I just want to be left alone. So not for them, of course, I didn't want to scare them, but also for me, I didn't tell them. So whatever. So that's why I haven't been telling you guys what, or other social medias, what I've been going through. And then I said, okay, so this is not it. What it is, we did more specific ultrasound. I had done like all the ultrasounds I needed, and so we did a more specific ultrasound for endometriosis. Is that how you say it? That was something that it was already a possible diagnose, but because we had the like markers in the blood for cancer, whatever, we had to discard that first. So I did a more profound study on endometriosis, and then my doctor found, yes, that's what you have. That's what it's causing you this excruciating pain. You have this in all, like, you have around like 8 to 10 points of endometriosis focus that I see, and this is a surgical case. You need to go in surgery. This can affect your fertility in the future. This is, for what I've seen, like, I don't know how it took so long for you to feel the pain and whatever. So my doctor she was just like OB-GYN, but not specialized in endometriosis. So I have another friend that has endometriosis, but her case was never surgical one. She just like go with doctors and treat it, but she never did the surgery. So I asked her, who's your doctor? How the fuck? She said, oh, my doctor is amazing, you're gonna love him. He did that, blah, 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 blah. And it was like he's a like amazing doctor in Brazil. I think he's like the top doctor on the subject here in Brazil. In Brazil, we have like amazing doctors. It's something that, thanks God, our universities like are good at and whatever. So I went to see him. He repeated some exams and he came to the same conclusion. You have to do the surgery. You have some in your uterus, something they say in your vagina, but like it's inside. You have something around behind the uterus. You have something in your bladder, like in the wall of the bladder. So it was a lot of focus. He said, I don't know how you're not in pain every day, how you're not in pain like every day, how you're not in pain always, because you have a lot of focus. And then I said, I don't know, I only feel the pain when I'm in that time of the month. That's all I feel. I'm perfect in the rest of the month, thanks God. And then yeah, we realized, and then he realized, he said, we're gonna do the surgery. You need to do the surgery, your doctor is correct. But I need to give you one option. You're 31 years old, in case you don't know, I'm 31. You're married, I'm married for 4 years now. And doing like the endometriosis doesn't, that's what my doctor explained me, okay? So the endometriosis doesn't affect your like eggs, your ability to form it, like to get pregnant, but it can affect depending on how it is on you, like where it is and whatever. It can affect the way you hold a pregnancy, and you have higher risks of abortion. Doing the surgery is like you're gonna clean the whole room and everything and be ready for a pregnancy. But if you want a second child and you need to wait like 6 months before one and another, that time, like any time that you're not that you're trying to get pregnant, or you know, let me make this easier. So the surgery, they clean all the problems right now, but endometriosis can be cured, so new spots of this can come back. So the correct thing was to do the surgery and then get pregnant right away. That's what's best, what my doctor said. So, but he said like, how many kids you want? Do you want kids now? Whatever. We talked about it, and he said, I don't think you're gonna have a problem. You're healthy, you're young, your my husband did all of the exams too. He's healthy, he's fine. Your countings, everything is fine. I don't think you're gonna have a fertility problem, but I have to give you the option, just because maybe you take like 3 or 4 or 5 years to decide to have kids, and then you go to a different doctor, and then he said, didn't he told you could do that? And what is that? He said, I have the option to freeze eggs or embryos, how do you say it in English, which is the eggs already fertilized with the sperm of the husband. So I said, but he wasn't very like convincing. He wasn't like, you should do this. He was like, it's 100% your choice. Maybe like you don't even need it. Probably you don't even need it, but I can't not let you know that you have this choice. So like, doctor, what would you do? He said, it's your choice, but what do you recommend? Do I do it or do I don't do it? And he said, it's expensive, it's a little bit it's a little bit painful, but it's an insurance, you have to know, and maybe you like go through it and not even need it. And then I said, doctor, what would you tell your daughter to do? And he said, just do it. So we did it, and then this was in September. So the whole nightmare, like coming back in July and then waiting for that 1 month was in August, and then realizing, thanks God, was nothing that serious in September. And then like September, start of October, that's when I started doing the treatment to freeze the eggs, which was not the eggs, but I'm gonna say eggs because I don't know how to say the other word. So yeah, so we did it. It was the nightmare. It really is, like, it was completely nightmare, because I felt very dizzy. Like, I truly think the women that go through this like once or twice, or when doing like IVF, whatever, you like, girl, you are my hero, because I had to go like to 1 round just to collect it, and I thought it was a nightmare. I did the surgery after the endometriosis one. it's a like it's a not very fun recovery, but the pre-IVF part was way worse than the surgery. And the surgery, yeah. So yeah, I did it. We did the whole process. It was a success. We had like a lot of possible future child's freeze, and I felt very dizzy. I felt very weak, and you know how like my blood pressure was always low. I wasn't like going to work. Was working from home. I wasn't like leaving the bed. It was very bad. So coming back from Europe, whole lot of pressure, thinking I had something like much more serious than then a month waiting to know that, then doing this procedure. I wish I had the strength to film for you guys, to let you know, even though my channel is not about that. I think I maybe would help one or two women, but I didn't. I was just like, you know how I say I don't have the time to be sick, like way back then when I thought it was something more serious. At this time, you know, I said, you know what, no more putting pressure on myself. I'm gonna chill, relax, and get like better, and then I'll be better back like at all my work and all my like projects and whatever. So that was it. So it was like 15 days taking shots, and then we did the freeze, blah blah blah. And then 3 weeks later, 4 weeks later, I was allowed to do the surgery, which was done in October 20. So it's been a month and a few days. And I did the surgery. So the surgery, first day, I was feeling amazing. The surgery is like video surgery. It says video lado. I forgot the name in Portuguese, not in English. But yeah, it's a video surgery. They do a cut in your belly button and 3 cuts on like below it, but very below it, and then it goes by video. The worst part of the surgery is that they have to fill your belly with gas, so it gives room for everything to happen. And that, guys, like for 20 days, it's like you have gas inside of you, but it's not like bad digestion gas. It's not like that. People think it's like that. It's like, oh, I don't have good digestion, I have gas. It's not like that, because it's not in that tract. It's just in your belly, and it just takes like 2 weeks just for this to come back, and your belly is like all to the front. It's very weird. Like, it's not painful, as in not that painful as it is. I don't know, like it's an affliction. It is painful because you move and then things it's like a gas is moving inside of it. It's not painful, it's an affliction. It's very weird. And then what is painful is the belly button scar, because that's where he cuts like I think 7 layers of skin, like tissue. So it's like doing C-section. It's much smaller, like the cut, it's much smaller, like 1 centimeter, but the amount of layers, that's like doing a C-section. At least, guys, that's my surgery, what my doctor said, and whatever. So I feel fine now. I was in the doctor 3 days ago. He said I was okay to like go back to playing tennis, but I can't do like abs exercise. So yeah, I'm free to do a lot of like be back to a lot of normal stuff in my life. But the only thing that still hurts, it's the belly button. Like, you can't wear clothes around it. I'm a very high-waisted girl, So, and I like my jeans extremely tight on the waist, like perfectly tight. I can wear it. I can't wear it. It's impossible. I can't sleep on my belly, which I love to. I can't. So this is the only thing that's painful. But the surgery was amazing. I already don't have pain. I'm endometriosis, so I had my first cycle after the surgery. I had like a little bit of pain. I'm not gonna lie, but it felt normal. It was not like I was dying before, guys. So yeah. And then something else that I want to tell you is that not all endometriosis are surgical. Like, they don't always recommend it to be surgical, but the reason mine was like, it was on the bladder like wall, it was all around, so it was surgical. So don't like be scared if you think you have it. I have two friends that has been treating it for one and I think 3 years the other one, and they never needed surgery, at least not for now, and they were able to find a much better like quality life, like to live without feeling the pain. And then talking to my doctor and my friends, talking to my doctor first, he said the only reason he believes I didn't feel as much pain as I should, but about like considering how bad it was, is because I already do some stuff, like I already have some habits that he recommends whoever has endometriosis to feel like better, less pain, or whatever. And one being the most important, he always tell his patients not to eat gluten because it is very inflammatory for endometriosis and can enhance the pain. Luckily, the girl here is allergic to gluten, and I used to have it like once a week, and then 1 week I would have twice, and then I'll be without it a month, and then I'll have it twice, you know? But it's been 2 years and a half that I haven't had a single bit of gluten. So maybe this is the reason why I didn't feel as much like for me, I had the most excruciating pain in my life, and I'm quite strong with pain, but none of the doctors, like doing my examinations, whatever, they didn't understand how I only had pain during the week of my menstruation. They just didn't. He said it's normal to feel like more pain during that day, but why you're not feeling anything? So I'm a very active person. I drink a lot of water. I take a lot of vitamins, and I don't eat gluten. This is part of what his treatment with his patients is. So on the good side is that I could have been at a much worse place if I didn't have those habits. I could have been like in much more pain, or maybe like have for every day in my life the pain that I was having, which I just can't imagine, because I would just hide in my bed for a week and pretend and take meds and pretend that nothing else existed. So I can imagine living my whole life like that. But also, it's probably what took me a while to like find what it was, and maybe I could have found it before it was that bad. So yeah, whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm glad that I found it. I'm glad that we freeze the future babies. I'm glad that I don't have the pressure like when you're gonna have kids now, because it's there. I'm glad that I did the surgery. I'm glad that I am feeling good. I'm glad that I had my husband to support me, my parents, after I told them, all my family, my friends, the most amazing doctor. So yeah, I'm in a very different place right now. I'm feeling good. I have more. Do you realize this is where I always film, but there's no chair here? So yeah, I'll have more news, like personal news, coming soon. But right now, I wanna just push this video for you guys so I can go back to filming more light and happy stuff. Even though I like to get person. I hope someone stayed to the end. If you did, say, I don't know, Neymar in the comments. It is World Cup. Like I'm not watching it. I don't have the patience for soccer. Maybe I'm the only Brazilian in the world, but I like it, but I don't have the attention span for football. I like it, but I just can't. So yeah, completely off topic. I'm glad to be back. Have you seen like new haircut? It's not a new haircut. I just like this was my French, my bangs like going in quarantine. I had cut it like that, and then it grew all that, and then my hair was here, and I decided just to cut it straight so it grows up straight, because that's how I like to wear my hair. But yeah, I like it a little bit longer, but we'll get there. We'll get there. So yes, I'm back. I'm gonna talk about what's going on. We're moving. It's clearly like you don't see it, but there's boxes everywhere. But I still wanted to film in my old spot, even though I don't have a chair. We're moving. I'm gonna talk more about it soon. But first, let's get back to like, you know, the good old stuff. And if you have any questions, I'll just answer for you in the comments below. I wanted this video to be short and sweet, but I don't want to hide information, you know, so I'm really sorry. And I see you in new adventures soon, okay? Thank you.